All right, welcome back to Not Another Buffalo Podcast. I'm John. That's Brando. You can find us on all platforms at Not Buff Podcast. Put out as many clips as we can. Check it out. They're decently good. But yeah, we had some good ones. Some more coming this week. So check it out at Not Buff Podcast, Instagram, TikTok, anywhere you find your stuff.
Facebook.
And if you discovered us on one of those platforms and you're coming to us in podcast form, don't stop listening already. We have a pretty good show today. We got if you
Week
came from
one of the NFL season is finally here.
It's big. It's big. Not only do we have more fantasy football team names to follow up the list that Brando had last week. So if you discovered us from that video and you're giving us a try listening, we got more of those in store. We're going to preview this Bills game. We're going to make our Pick 6 Pick Ems, which is our game picks where we pick 6 games across the league. We got Brando's bets for all you degenerates out there. And yeah, it's going to be a good show. And while we have a second, I just want to thank our sponsor, Small City Realty. So if you're looking to buy, sell, or manage property in Western New York, you got to call our guy, Zach Korzelius. His number is 585-409-1088. That's 585-409-1088. And that's for buying, selling, or if you need property managed in Western New York, you live out of state and you want your Airbnb or your rental property managed, Zach Korzelius, Small City Realty. Again, that's Zachary at smallcityrealestate.com if you want to shoot him an email. So, Brando, I don't know what you just threw across the room, but that was
I got the cat going crazy in there, so I just threw a little toy in there. I'm like, just do this instead of whatever you're doing. So
that's hilarious. So obviously we're super pumped. It's week 1. It doesn't really feel like it's here. Honestly, it never feels like it's fall is here in Nashville because it's still, it was 100 degrees for 3 days in a row last week.
Really?
So there was that.
Dude, it was 50 degrees when I got in my car this morning. I was cold. I was just pulling it up. The weather for Sunday, 60 degrees in the high, 50% chance of precipitation, to get that word right. I have to get that word right. So we're not looking at a beautiful day, but we aren't looking at a bad day. And I told you on the show last week, it's not fall until it's 40 degrees and raining at a game. And we're pushing it here. We're pushing it.
It's close. So it's close.
It might be chilly.
Besides the weather, what are you most excited about for this?
Every single year that I get to the opening game, usually after sitting in a massive amount of traffic, I walk into the stadium. And it's always the tailgate's at another level than it is for the preseason. Obviously, we drive to a couple preseason games to work, and it's different. Like you notice it right away when I used to drive in from Batavia. The massive amount of people on the thruway from Batavia. Everybody has some sort of sports talk on. You could tune into us on your way to the game. You can tune into any of your available outlets. So everybody's listening. Everybody's talking. Everybody you drive by, every car's got somebody in a Bills jersey. You go to the gas station, you go to the bank. The town is buzzing. I like where I live right on Elmwood. Everybody's out. Like, it's super busy. And as soon as 12 o'clock, 12:30, 1 o'clock hits, everybody's inside. So, so like you said, what do I look forward to the most? I like going into the stadium. Gates open at 11:30. And when I'm walking to my gate, I like walking down the vomitory to see the field for the first time on opening day. It's just like
vocab word from last year that we all learned.
Vomitory. Yeah. I learned that when I got that job. I was like, what is this called? Are you sure this is the right word? Or what do you say?
To spew forth.
Yeah.
I guess they spew forth into the stadium. Latin.
They do as you go down into the.
Love it.
You're spewing it. So I really like that. It makes all the wait worth it and the traffic worth it. And being at the stadium there on Sunday, watching Tyler Bass kick field goals, watching Josh and Mitch and Mike White now throwing the ball. It's just everything goes like, let's go. It's game time.
Yeah. So what are you most excited for, like on the field? Like, obviously the build up to that Sunday is going to be huge. And I'm sure you're going to wait for longer in traffic because of the stadium build this year and stuff like that. But what are you most excited for, like X's and O's wise?
First drive on offense, man, right? Isn't that the answer that everybody's going to say? Give me my $250 million man out there to steal the spotlight. Even in the, when they run out of the tunnels, I'm like, let's go. Like that starts at like 12:40. And I'm like, come on, we got 32 more minutes before the 104 kickoff, whatever it is. So just see, I am curious to see the defense. So to see just the first possession, right? The new kickoff for the first time. I only saw it really once or twice in the preseason when I was working the game. So to see the kickoff, first possession, how's the new defense look? What is their scripted plays? Those first 20 plays of the game that they all are predetermined. look against our defense, and then how do we counter that? If we had a stretch a few years ago where we scored these opening drive touchdowns, in 12 games, right? We had a season where we were hammering them, and not only was that a good bet, but it was also it makes the building on its seat from the get-go, and that changes the electricity for the whole game. So if we can get a strong start defensively or offensively, I want to hear the level of noise in the stadium. Week 1, it's always top-notch in sound. So give me something big, first couple plays, offense or defense. That's what I want to see.
Yeah. I want to see this Joe Brady offense because we're not really sure if last year was the full Joe Brady offense or if it was Joe Brady driving Ken Dorsey's car, So I'm ready to see that. I want to see these tight formations. I want to see what that looks like. I want to see this play action, that we're always there. Give Josh more play action. Okay, well, we're actually going to see it now. I want to see Josh Allen running 45 yards downfield on a rollout from a tight play action formation. And, hitting Curtis Samuel in stride from that same rolling to his right, rolling to his left, whatever. So I'm excited for that. I'm going to put a little
bar graph right here. When there's like a donation for like the YMCA, our goal is $25,000. We're at 12. It's like a little thermometer. Curtis Samuel, 750 yards right there, right next to Josh Allen. I might have to do that.
You should do that. You should absolutely do that.
I can make that at school real 100%. Easy. Look a little crafty. I can do that. I can definitely do that. So
if you don't have that up next week, I'm going to be disappointed.
All right.
I'll say that.
I'll do that. I have time tomorrow. I can do that. So yeah. I might even laminate it. Oh. No, I would not ever use lamination for personal use. So.
Right. All the teachers in the audience just got goosebumps when you said laminated.
I don't touch the laminator, man. I don't mess with that. Thing's got to warm up for 45 minutes. I broke it one time, and we have the nicest secretary ever. And now people break it regularly, and she's going to kill them because she has to fix it. And I'm like, I didn't know. I'm the PE teacher that's not teaching kindergarten. I don't know how to laminate. So we're going to.
All right. Well, maybe don't laminate the thing that you have to add marks to also.
You got to do it in Sharpie, and you do it first. And then you can use a dry erase,
you have to fill up. Yeah, but you don't want to dry erase it because you're just going to fill it up. You don't have to erase anything, right? Unless you make a mistake. Well, which, I mean, I guess we should plan for that too. It's somewhere in the mix, but
we'll see. I don't try to be up there. We'll see how crafty I can get.
Yeah. So anyway, last week we had Brando's top 10, the debut of Brando's top 10, because usually John has a top 10, but
I appreciate you sharing it last week.
Yeah. I had some fun on Canva. If you haven't seen that, go ahead and check us out on at Not Buff Podcast. Like I said before,
if you haven't seen it, and my 7th graders have seen it, something's wrong.
Right. So anyway, it's done fairly well on social media, but the reaction to that has been everybody has been sharing their fantasy team names in the comments or some of their favorites, and so we got enough comments back that we're like, we got to do like some follow-up lists here. So yeah. Brando, we have some good ones. There's some that, believe it or not, I had to leave off of the list too. So if you really want to see those,
I give you credit. I do give you credit. We were PG-ish, 13-ish, PG-11-ish. I don't know what the official rating is.
We'll see how far we get into this one, because this list is not Brando's list from last week. These are ones that I pulled out of the comments. And
I have not seen this list yet. You texted it to me and we said I won't open them until we are talking.
So Brando's going to read these for the first time on air. We can either go back and forth, or if you want to just read them all, we can do that too.
I'll do like the first 3.
I was going to say we'll go back and forth. We'll alternate. That'll make it better.
Right. Are you ready? I'll click the message button right now.
All right. So this is part 2 of best fantasy team names in 2024.
Yes. Thank you to everybody that participated. Okay. I'll start at number 10, okay?
That's a good place to start.
All right. Going with the Lions, my diehard second team, not most of those, but Turn Your Head and Golf. Turn Your Head and Golf. That's pretty good. I like that one.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Next up, number 9, we have a popular Star Wars figure and also Bijan Robinson. We got Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is pretty good.
That's funny.
Hello there.
Hello there, Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's funny. Bijan. Right. There's a lot of good Bijan ones.
Yeah. You got to hit this next one with a real good French accent. So.
I'm not going to be good at this. So, John, I'm going to ask you to do it. I was just in my brain. I'm like, I don't know how to say this.
Okay. We'll trade. We'll trade. You can do, I'll do 8. You do 7.
Okay.
All right. This is French. Je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi.
That's as good as I could do it. That's
Saquon. Saquon's got a lot of good ones too. You want to talk?
Yeah, he
ones?
does. He does.
Start with him. Yeah.
You can figure those
you can
ones
figure
out.
The rest out. Yeah.
All right.
This one's funny. Antonio Brown might not be laughing, but the good team name here would be CTESPN.
Nice. That's a good one. Good acronyms put together.
Yes.
All right. This next one, I was hoping we'd have Pat on to help me out with this one. But have you seen enough of The Office to know my reference here?
Yes.
With this, okay. Can you help me out? I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby. It's baby back Gibbs. We won't
baby
get too
back
far.
Gibbs. Go Lions again. Another Lions one here. It's great.
Yeah,
great.
That's good. That's good. It's good. All right. You got. All right. I got number 5.
Okay, go for it.
All right. Number 5. It's not delivery. It's Bajorno. Another good Bijan one.
He's got a lot. I've seen a lot of good ones. I appreciate the comments.
Yeah, Bijan mustard.
I just saw number 1. I'm sorry. I just saw number 1. That's funny. Okay, let's see. So we're at number 4. Can I do 4 and 3?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, because number 3 is funny. I saw number 3 when I was at my desk today at lunch, and I had you have to say some of them out loud to get what they mean.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay. So, anyways, we'll tease that
number
one.
Four.
So
number 4.
Number 4. Cool and partly Stroudy. Haha, CJ.
I like that
CJ.
one. Interesting. You saw the Stefon Diggs named a captain on the Houston Texans today.
Did you see what he said about the Bills?
Yeah.
Oh my God, we didn't even talk about that.
Okay, we need to talk about that after this. After this segment, we got to go through that. That's a clip right there.
Yeah.
All right. Wait, you said you wanted number 3 too.
Yeah, I want to do number 3. This is funny. I read this one in school and it took me a minute to figure it out. My ball, Zach Ertz.
The slower you do it, the funnier it is because it's like my ball, Zach Ertz.
Yeah.
Say that fast.
My ball, Zach Ertz. I thought that was funny.
Just like this one too. Number 2 is Joe Buck, yourself.
I like that one.
That one's good. That one's good.
Yeah, John, you take number 1. You take number 1. This is funny.
All right. The number 1 fantasy team for 2024, and we'll give credit to this one in the comments because I forget who it was, but we'll have to give some credit for this one. CDs, TDs.
Touchdowns for CD Lamb.
CD Lamb's touchdowns is the only thing that's referring to. I don't know what any of you guys are talking about. But
I could have had him in my draft today. I picked 2nd overall, and it was between Tyreek Hill and CD Lamb, and I picked Hill.
Really?
I was going to name him my team over the Hill. That was one of the next one I was thinking because I didn't know the CDs, TDs, because I didn't know how many touchdowns CD was going to score. So over the Hill. Yeah,
smart.
Yes.
All right, so let's talk about the Stefon Diggs thing really quick. Do you have the quote?
Yes, I screenshotted it. Let me just pull it off my computer, which is like in pictures from March. Okay, here we go. Okay, Stefon Diggs says last season was the worst mental space of his career. The wide receiver opened up about his final year in Buffalo in an interview with GQ. Quote from Stefon, last year I was in the worst mental space I've been in since I've been in the league, Diggs said. If I'm not in a good space, obviously that's not the best for me. So that's when things had to start shaking out. None of those teams, Minnesota or Buffalo, wanted to get rid of me. Things had to shake because I kind of wanted them to shake.
Of course they didn't want to get rid of him, first of all. Like, can you not see that the Bills have the 2nd most dead cap in the NFL
$32 million for this guy. $32 million.
They have like 64 total in dead cap this year, too, between Morse and all these other guys that they paid void years to.
Ugh.
So,
it makes me like Brandon Beane a little even more for granting a request to him. Like we've seen Brandon Beane.
Well, it's like, what other choice do you have? Is he just, I mean, because he's going to, that's the kind of thing where if he doesn't want to be here and you're like, you're going to be here anyway because we're paying you, like that can totally wreck the full psychology of a locker room. So, yeah,
I think it's good that he's not here with that attitude, and to see the guys that do want to be here. They've said that a lot this year, and it's nice that Diggs finally came out and said this, because it was like, why would Brandon Beane make this trade? Everybody if you're taking on a $32 million cap hit, it had to have been a request. He had to have requested a trade. So now there's no debate on, did Brandon Beane just trade this guy on a whim just to do it? No, he did it because Diggs requested the trade. Now, why he wasn't feeling himself, who knows? 3 different coordinators, his wide receiver coach left, the shuffling at, the personnel groupings, 2 tight ends, whatever it is. But I'm glad he said it. It sucks. I miss him. He got named a captain in Texas. So.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to, a lot of people look at this with a little bit of revisionist history, right? Because there's always been the diva rumors. And I don't think that you can just, because when he comes out and says like, yeah, of course I wanted to shake things up. I was the reason why I wanted to leave. It's easy to say like how things went sour, and maybe a little bit of that might have been his fault along the way, equally shared among, different parties. But that doesn't mean that he was a problem from the start. Like, he absolutely wasn't. So it's like
Sports Illustrated kids cover. It's just heartbreaking to even think about those 2 dudes holding each other like that.
It really is. And so I don't want to go so far in the direction and say like that was never real. Like, those 2 really had chemistry. There was some kind of falling out, and we're all just speculating about what that was, and stuff went sour. And that's where that side of Diggs came out. And obviously he felt he couldn't thrive in that environment, whatever it was or whatever it became, whether he was responsible for that change or not. So went sour, and like, we all know what happened. So I don't want to be, I'm not a religious Diggs defender, and I'm certainly becoming less of a Diggs defender as he kind of shows a little bit of stuff, but people are complicated. You can't just assign a simple label. This person's good, this person's bad. Diggs is not, and he might be that gray figure character. He's not a hero. He's not a villain. He's somewhere in between. So,
but you could also have a character that brings a main plot line there, but he's also like he's a good character, but does certain bad things. I don't know. He's an exact one, thinking like Rick of Walking Dead. He leads the guys, but he kind of gets a little crazy. So, but anybody that's ever left the job they didn't like. Yeah. Are we calling you a diva? I don't think so. Sometimes it's just, it's time to move on. Yeah. And that's okay. I miss him. I got his jersey hanging above my couch still. I don't know what to do with it. But that's funny. Anyways. Well, do you want to do some pick 6 pick'ems here? Yes. First week 1 of our pick 6 pick'ems this year. We are rolling it back for year 3. Close battle last year, but sorry, I won it. Sorry. So we're right back again, John. We're trying to get back to the top of the mountain here. 6 games. Here we go. We have week 1. Baltimore at Kansas City. Kansas City is -3. John, who are you taking? I like Kansas City -3 there. Kansas City had a bad start to last year, which you enjoyed watching Detroit beat them with a couple of dropped passes in there. But Kansas City's got a better receiving core this year, and Baltimore lost almost all of their entire starting offensive line. So give me Kansas City. So that's interesting that you say that. I'm taking the Chiefs as well, but I'm taking them because on the defensive side of the ball, they lost their coordinator, Mike McDaniel, linebackers Jadeveon Clowney, Patrick Queen, and starting safety Geno Stone. That's not going to be good, and we see what the Chiefs can do to mid-level secondary players. So give me the Ravens to lose that one. What was the Ravens defensive coordinator? Mike McDaniel. Is it the same name as the Dolphins head coach? It must be. I didn't even hang on a second. I was like, he just got extended. Yes, he did. Let me look this up. DC Mike McDonald. Can I do that again? You're good. We can just leave it in as that. Mike McDonald. Mike McDonald. Yes. Give me the Chiefs. E-I-E-I-O. All right. Next game. And on this farm, we're going to Brazil for the Friday night game this week, where the Packers. Yes, the Packers are at Philadelphia, but it's really in Brazil. Now, when we are looking at this line here, the Eagles are 2.5-point favorites. John, what you got? Sorry, I just had a thought for a second. How many Eagles fans are going to be so excited on a Friday night that the NFL season is starting that they get so drunk that they think they're in Brazil?
Like,
Could be. Philly's wild.
I know it'd be the same in Buffalo too, but
yes.
Green Bay is going to be good this year. Tons of young wide receiver talent. I think they start strong. I'm going to take Green Bay to cover this spread. So Green Bay plus 2.5.
So I am with you on this one again. Green Bay ended really strong, right? Jordan Love was the second best quarterback in the second half of the season. And the Eagles have failed to cover the spread in their last 7 NFC opponent games. So give me Green Bay.
I like that. That was a good little stat pull there, Brando.
I prepped.
Nice. Let's see if we can do this all year, if we're just going to do it for
right.
the first couple episodes.
So game 3, we are looking in the division AFC matchup, Jacksonville at Miami. Miami is minus 3.5 point favorites. John, I'm going to go first on this one. I'm sorry, but I think Trevor Lawrence beat Tua in the national championship game in college, but this time Tua gets revenge. Give me the Dolphins.
I like that. Well, if you ever wonder how to pick the Dolphins when the temperature is hot, so the Dolphins, it's not December yet, so give me Miami for now.
Yeah, hopefully they've thought out since that Kansas City game. But
yeah.
Next one, we are looking at Sunday Night Football. Rams at Detroit. Detroit is minus 3.5 points favorite. Matt Stafford, Jared Goff going back at it again. John, what are you thinking?
Well, I know that you might be more excited for this game than even the Bills game, because you're going to be coming home from the Bills game. Like, get a little nap in maybe if you have time, and then
I get home right when Sunday Night Football gets going, so it's it's almost seamless. Yeah, by the time I shower and eat, it's on. So
gotcha. Yeah, and you got school the next day, so you might not even stay up for the whole thing.
Might make it to halftime.
This game feels to me like, you remember the Bills game when they played the Rams after 13 seconds?
Yes.
When it was like, this is the Bills. This is, last year was supposed to be their year, but this is really their year kind of thing. I feel like it's the same thing. The Detroit thought that they were supposed to win last year. This year, it's got to feel like their year for them. So they come out with something to prove. I'm going to take Detroit in this one.
I hope so. I'm agreeing with you, but my take on it is the Rams' injuries are going to be too much to overcome. Their starting left tackle is suspended for 2 games, and their starting right tackle, Rob Haverstein, is questionable. So that's going to be too much to overcome for that D-line in Detroit. So give me the Lions to pressure Matt Stafford into a loss.
Nice. Hopefully not a fantasy loss for what's your team name again?
Inglorious Stafford.
Inglorious Stafford.
And I have the porta potties. In the
all right.
So I got a
nice. That's pretty good. That's good.
So now we're looking at, this is the Monday night game, I believe, John, and the New York Jets are going to be at San Francisco, and Aaron Rodgers is crossing his fingers here for his own safety to see if he can make it out of this game. Or
crossing his legs and taking ayahuasca, one of the two.
Well, that could happen. Yes.
I think the Jets might win a couple games before people figure out that Rodgers is over the hill or he tears something. So give me them to cover the spread here.
You got the Jets to cover?
Yep.
Okay. Interesting. I'm also taking the Jets to cover. But
I thought we were going to go different on that one.
I thought we were going to go different as well, but let me give you my stats. Super Bowl runner-ups in their next season opener are 4-19 against the spread. So give me the Jets and the points. Yep.
Super Bowl hangover for sure.
That's funny. I didn't expect us to take the exact same game through here. So this is it.
I guess we'll see if you're a hater here on the Bills game.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, this is a tough one because week 1 home opener in Buffalo, Arizona Cardinals come to town, and Buffalo is minus 6.5 point favorite. A very big line, big respect for the Bills here. I'll give you my take here, and I think that the points are almost too much for me. 6.5 is a lot. I'm only doing this because I'm being a homer. My gut says take the points that the Bills win, Cards cover. But I really think that this Cardinals defense is so bad. They have the worst rushing defense in the league last year. Give me Allen, James Cook, Bills win, Bills cover. Home opener, success.
I like it. I have one reason that's even better than all of that combined for why the Bills win this game.
You say Josh Allen.
Give me the Bills, baby. That's all I need.
Give me the Bills. All right. That works. That works for me. All right.
If anyone is unfamiliar with the rules of game picks, somehow along the way, we just figured out that I'm not allowed to pick against the Bills. So I'm all vibes. All vibes.
I just see the stat. I think they were 8-11 against the spread last year.
Oh, it was bad. That's the reason why I lost. If I had picked them against the spread, I might have had a chance against you. So maybe we'll change that rule, but I'm still all vibes.
Until something happens.
Right.
So you heard here in that game pick category there that the Cardinals have a very bad defense. So this is going to lead us into our week 1 of Brando's bets. But before we get into that, the NFL week 1 is here, and a new season means new ways to get in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. You ready to place your first bet? Try betting on something simple like picking a player to score a touchdown. Do you like Josh Allen rushing touchdown? Do you think Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to catch his first touchdown? Is James Cook going to take advantage on the ground? We'll see. Take a look at your app, find the odds that you like, and get ready to do a touchdown dance of your own. Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook, the best place to bet touchdowns. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code NABP. That's code NABP for new customers to get $250 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 and get 1 month of NFL Plus premium on us. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in New Hampshire, Oregon, and Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball. NFL Plus premium offer available only to new and former NFL Plus subscribers. Additional NFL Plus premium terms at nfl.com/terms.
Dude, that's actually a heck of a deal.
It is. The NFL Plus premium's nice.
That might be the best. I'm pretty sure that's the best intro deal in sports betting right now.
Yeah.
Like based on all these books, because you see Schmamduel's everyone's got their intro offer. I'm pretty sure this is the best one. Like 250. All the other ones, the best they do is like bet 5 to win 200 or get $200 in bonus bets. So that's good. And NFL Plus.
NFL Plus premium. I think that gives you red zone. I'm not sure.
I think I might be I might be signing up my significant other for some gambling apps here.
Well, it's cool, and you get 4 weeks of regular season games with that primetime games, everything you need. So I'm here for that.
Yeah, if you're going to do that, please use code NABP. Thumbs up. It looks good for us.
Yes, and you get your bonus.
You need a promo code to get the bonus too. So remember, NABP when you sign up.
Not another Buffalo podcast. NABP.
Yes, that's what it sounds like. But just NABP.
Yes, NABP.
Time for Brando's Bets. Not financial advice. Please gamble responsibly.
So like we said, week 1 of Brando's Bets, we are on the rebound after last year. We started so hot and then we got cold and now we are neutral. So we are back at a fresh slate this year. And I was looking at what to pick for this game. And I said it before in my game pick. It's why I'm picking the Bills to cover. The Cardinals have a terrible rushing defense. They were 32nd in the NFL last year, letting in over 130 rushing yards per game to opposing running backs. And when they were away, it was about 133 yards per game, last in the NFL. Guess what? What did we do to the Cowboys, who had a bad rushing defense? We 8 in 8 and 8 on the ground. It was feed the running backs, feed Josh Allen with his feet. Joe Brady and Sean McDermott have shown that they can be game plan specific to their opponent. This might be one of those times that you want to see Josh Allen throw it out. You want to see Keon Coleman get targets. You want to see Curtis Samuel get targets, but James Cook might get 20 carries and see his yardage usage go through the roof. So this week, my bet of the week, I have James Cook over 60 yards rushing. And this is a same game parlay. James Cook over 60 yards rushing. And the Bills over 20.5 points total. You parlay those two together as a same game parlay. Odds come out to be minus 120. Pretty favorable odds for something that I think that the Bills coaching staff is going to key in on as a weakness that this Cardinals have. So take a look at the matchups that you like. That's how I like to build my bets. So give me James Cook, 60 yards, Bills over 20.5 for Brando's bet of the week.
Nice. Brando, I have a proposition for you.
Yes.
You're really good at game picks because the competition kind of pushes you to think about it.
Oh, you want to
like
compete here with this?
Do you want to compete on bets?
No,
like I'll do a bet of a week.
You're gonna win. You're gonna win. I know. Bring them. I'm okay with it. I don't know about competing, but well, we can just naturally do it. Like you bring yours, it's fine. I always want you to bring your stats because they're always good. You have a better hit rate than I do, I think, career wise. I don't know. Maybe. I don't even know if that's, but you have good rationale to why you get to them. And sometimes I'm scrambling. So, but I did research on this one. So this one's research based data.
Yeah.
And that's enough to get you like, published somewhere. If you're like at a college, I researched this, it's published, it's fine. Right. So, anyways. Yeah.
Well, if you want one more tidbit, any listeners who are looking for a good bet, I like Mike Evans receiving over for this week against that Commanders defense. So that's that. I don't need to make a clip out of that or anything, but I like that.
Baker Mayfield starting out strong. Mike Evans. Hopefully he's not too old. That was kind of the thing about I tried to avoid Mike Evans a little bit in fantasy because I'm not. You never know. You never know when it's going to happen. So
right. Which he has never had not 1,000-yard receiving season. So I guess we'll see how he does this year. But well, sweet, Brando. I think that's all we got time for here. We did pretty good. We got through pretty much everything we needed to. Right. Yeah.
I'm excited.
Any final thoughts about the 2024 Bills? And you excited? Any reasons for optimism? Because you've been a little bit negative in this offseason, which is understable.
We have a tough schedule. That's all. It is. Don't undersell these Cardinals. 6.5 is a big number.
That's true.
It's a big number. Cardinals, we could win a close game. My gut would say...
We all watched the Steelers game a couple of years ago, too. So there's that.
Oh, God, I forgot about that game. Yeah. Try to black that one out.
Yeah.
So enjoy seeing Marvin Harrison Jr. if you're out there. He's going to be new. And, James Conner's in town. So, get your AARP card, James Conner. Go check out
I know,
something.
Right? That's he's the core of my fantasy team. So, I got to figure out a James Conner name. Like Connor, I hardly know her or something. I don't know.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
It's not that good, though. I have,
St.
I'll
James.
Change my fantasy team's name 6 more times before the season starts.
Yeah, right. So.
But I have a couple like quick reasons for optimism, and I just like some final thoughts to leave you with.
Yeah.
I think that the reason why I'm optimistic about this year and this offense is because Joe Brady's offense, like what we've been talking about, or what we think Joe Brady's offense is supposed to look like, means more funneling through tight ends and running backs, right? Naturally, because those are you just talk about matchups. Those are usually your matchup advantages is getting either one of those on a linebacker because they're in the middle of the field. You want to get them in space against the linebacker. You're less likely to win a matchup with your average wide receivers versus really good cornerbacks and safeties, right? So if this Joe Brady offense is going to filter more through tight ends and running backs and less through wide receivers, then the top of the position group getting weaker at wide receiver is less of an issue than we're making it out to be, because this is not the Brian Daboll offense where wide receiver play is essential, to your success. So if we're getting more of Dalton Kincaid and more of, Cook, and we're getting more of
Ray Davis
as well, we're getting more of the position groups that got stronger this offseason.
Yeah.
Which I think everyone would agree. Tight end got stronger. It's the same group, but one more year of experience for Dalton Kincaid, I think, moves that.
And what if Dawson Knox gets 9 touchdowns again? That was a couple of years ago.
That was a couple of years ago, but you never know. Exactly. Red zone target, he's there. And then you have Ray Davis, who I think is the X factor here. But we're all excited. He showed some flashes in preseason. I'm really excited to see him.
I thought he flashed in camp too. He talked about a camp last week. It looked like he had that pop.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that reason.
I think you said it best when you said, I think you said it, it might look different and that's okay. It can still be good.
Yeah. I think you said that, but
whoever said
it, right.
I agree with it.
Way to sneak your quote back in.
I thought you said it. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Maybe Joe Marino said it. Who knows? Somebody, I heard it somewhere.
No, I think you said it because you said, it's definitely going to look different, but if it works,
it could be good.
I don't know. Maybe I did say that. Maybe Pat said it. Probably not.
Somebody said it and it was right. So think about that when you're at the game on Sunday.
Yeah. All right. Well, You guys know where to find us on all platforms at Not Buff Podcast. Again, that's Instagram. We're actually on Facebook now. I started a Facebook page. I don't know if anyone's going to see it. I don't know if the Facebook algorithm.
We got 67,000 views from Facebook on that video.
Wow. Yeah, so like that's the Instagram crossover. I don't understand meta stuff because I started a Facebook page. There's like hardly any views on it, but it's like the same content that we're putting on Instagram, and Instagram also shares it to. I don't know what we're doing. Yeah. We have TikTok and YouTube as well. Subscribing to our YouTube would be like the best thing that you could do for us. Or if you enjoy the podcast, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts if you'd like, for good karma, and so the Bills win 11 or 12 games this year. I can't guarantee that, but all that comes true. So. Anyway, got anything else, Brando?
Go Bills, man. Go Bills.
We're gonna need
wear your best Bills gear this week.
Yeah, for real. All right, go Bills.
Go Bills.